defensively, like, we have to be a lot better. Obviously, we really struggled there in the fourth quarter. I think we fouled too much, and like I said after the game, like, I think we got away with that versus Atlanta, and then it really, you know, kind of caught us versus Chicago. Just a lot of fouls, gave up a lot of and ones, but I think we let our offense dictate how we're going to play defense in the fourth quarter, and we got away with some stuff in the first, second, third quarters, and then the fourth quarter we didn't get as lucky, and but mostly defensive, yeah.
You talked about getting away from pick and roll stuff and side-to-side movement late in the game. When you watched the film a bit, did you get a sense of why?
Yeah, I think we just kind of were looking at each other for each other to go make a play. I think we could have gotten to more pick and rolls right in the middle, whether it's me and AB, whether it's Kelsey and AB, or Liz, whoever it is. I think we could have called for one. A lot of the times we were getting the late shot clock, and we just had to chuck up a bad shot when we could have easily just pulled the ball out and kind of got into a middle pick and roll. So I thought we could have done a better job in that area.
As a point guard, what do you say or try to say in those kind of moments where you feel like you need to steer everybody to something else?
Yeah, I think it's, you know, I'm trying to navigate that, obviously, as a rookie. Like, yeah. I'm trying to, you know, run the offense and get the flow of the offense. You're trying to, like, manage the game, but also I thought we kind of almost played too slow. Like, those first three quarters we played with really good pace. We were great in transition, and obviously it's hard to do that when you can't get stops on the defensive end too. So I think we could have still played with a little bit faster of a pace rather than trying to slow the game down a little bit on the offensive end. But I think for me, just be more assertive with the ball in my hands, like call for those ball screens, you know. You want to be in that action. That's the hardest action to guard, so that's what we have to get to.
How does kind of the improvement of that communication come? Does it really start in practice, or do you think it really takes its shape in game, like in game time situations?
Yeah, I think it starts in practice, but also, like, film doesn't lie. You go back and you watch the film, and that's where you learn, and you come out and try to execute on the court. But it'll get better with time as much as we play with each other. You know, I'm not sure we've been in a game where we've been up by that much and really blown the lead there in the fourth quarter. So I think it was just a great learning opportunity for us. And like I said, film never lies, so it was great to go back and watch. As painful as that can be sometimes, it really teaches you a lot.
To go off that, you guys kind of went 4 straight and lose in the fashion. How do you think the team, has been handling that as of late? Practice, travel?
Yeah, I mean, it stinks. Like, it was a game we felt like we could have, you know, won and put ourselves in a position to win after 3 quarters. And even, I think we were up 12 with 7 minutes to play in the game, if I'm not mistaken. So I think you can't dwell on it too much, but it can't happen again. I think it's one you go back and watch the film, and, like, you get in those situations. Like, if we have another situation where we're up, you know, 15 in the fourth quarter, like, you have to be able to still attack and be aggressive, but also play really great defense. You can't foul as much. That stops the clock. That's free points when the clock's not even moving. Like, that's the worst thing that you can do. So I think those things, and, you know, like I've said, like, we're an inexperienced group. Like, you have to learn from it. That's the only thing you can do. So
how do you strike the delicate balance of, like, taking the shot late in games, taking over versus making the right basketball play, getting out everyone else involved?
Yeah,
especially again being a rookie, that's
difficult. It's hard because, like, you know, obviously the passing had worked really well up until the fourth quarter, and then it kind of, everything just got really stagnant. So I think that's a balance you kind of find. I think I probably could have been a little more assertive there in the fourth quarter with a couple looks, but at the same time, like after I said after the game, like, I trust my teammates. Like, you've got to make the right basketball play all the time and give them a chance to, you know, do what they can do because you trust them, and I'm going to make that play every single time. Was there a couple looks that I probably could have shot? Absolutely. Or been a little bit more aggressive to call into a ball screen or get downhill and try to draw a foul because they were making foul calls. I think all of that is just kind of a learning thing for myself.
Got time, 2 more.
What have you enjoyed about these Sky games all being so close? You guys play so differently than they do. Have they been kind of fun for you in that way?
Yeah, I think they've all been really fun, and obviously I think they've all been on a weekend, so the crowds have been tremendous. Obviously our crowds have been tremendous every single game that we've had, and then we go there and the crowd was really great too and really into it, and the environment was fun, and I think it was just a great display of basketball, honestly.
Last one. So you won your last award last night. There's a lot of young players who look up to you around the nation. What advice would you have for those young kids who want to reach your level one day?
Yeah, I think just work really hard. I think no matter what point you're at in your career or how old or how young you are, I think just be confident in what you can do, but also it takes a lot of hard work, and there's going to be highs and lows throughout it all. You know, that's certainly how my career's gone. Like, there's been amazing moments, but that's because there's been really hard moments too. So I think just, you know, believe in yourself more than anything else. Have that belief and that confidence, and that'll get you really far.
For 3 weeks now, and now you're back to practice. Just what has it been like to come back?
It's been cool. Yeah, it's been. I feel very grateful to be on the way back to full health. Yeah, just grateful, to be honest.
And you've been practicing for a while. I think I first noticed before the June 10th game against Connecticut. Just what's that process been like to be practicing but not playing?
Yeah, just tough. Obviously, you know, whenever you're injured, it's just tough watching on the sidelines, knowing how you could be helping your team, right? But just trying to keep this high energy for myself as well as my team. Stay positive, stay optimistic, and not let it get to my head.
Are you on track to like play against Seattle on Thursday? Or?
I'm not sure yet. We have to see how things feel. It's like a day-by-day thing right now, seeing how it feels, seeing how it reacts to practice and stuff. So we'll see.
In what ways did you aim to contribute while you were unavailable?
Yeah, just, you know, in my leadership. You know, I'm a vet, so I've still got a voice. I see things that people might, you know, my teammates might not see when they're on the floor. So I can help them in that way and tell them what I see on the court from my point of view. And just keep the energy high as much as possible. You know, keep it positive.
What's the biggest things you have observed then in the last 3 weeks while you've been away?
I mean,
and tried to instill in them as you guys have got practice time and such.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had much practice time, to be honest. But whenever we do, it's just keeping the energy high. That's our main thing. Like communication, it's the little things that really are going to matter for us as a young team. Like taking care of the little things and really putting importance on them, not just the throwaway things that don't matter. The little things are actually the most important things to do. Hustle, talking, eye contact, high fives, all of that.
What did you see kind of in the shift in the swing of what happened in that 4-game stretch where they were winning, and then, you know, what happened on Sunday? What did you really see how they changed through all of that?
Yeah, just learning each other a bit more. I think we needed those games to just feel each other out and know what each other like to do and not do, and kind of grow individually as well. Like I said, little things matter. So things like communication, body language, those are the things we're working on every day. So, and that's what we worked on, you know. I saw growth in those four-game stretch.
When you are ready to go, how do you feel like it'll take to reintegrate yourself and everything? Because you were in a great stride before going.
Oh, great stride, wasn't it? It was wonderful.
Yeah.
The good old days. No, it was going to be like, you know, even in practice today, it was seamless. Like talking, being loud, being a good teammate is going to be seamless wherever you are, wherever you go, unless you have teammates who are just not, receiving it. And thankfully my teammates receive it, and so it's just been a seamless transition in practice and been very helpful.
Even though you haven't been able to contribute in games over the past 3 weeks, what are some of the moments that, despite the injury, have brought you the most joy?
Good question. Aww. What's brought me the most joy? Jeez. Just seeing our growth, I guess. Seeing our growth individually as well as collectively. We've got a long way to go. Let's just put it out there. Like, I think everyone can see it. We see it. We know it. And I think we want to do what we have to do to get there. But it's going to be a slow process. But we'll get there.
Aliyah, as you look back on that Sky game, especially those last 6 minutes, what you kind of got away from you guys offensively in that stretch?
Yeah, I mean, I think our biggest focus had to have been defense. They attacked, they got in the paint, and they just went through our chest. And so offensively, yes, we have to be better execution-wise, but I do think being able to get a stop, I mean, it came down to the wire, but I think we looked at the fourth quarter today and just looking at the times where we should have gotten a stop, where we gave them an extra chance for an offensive rebound, and they capitalized on that.
What have you grown to like about those games? They've all been so close. They've all had high energy on weekends. What have you grown to like about playing this guy?
I think just the energy around it. Like, you could feel the energy in the arena. You could hear everyone cheering. That's the games that we love. Obviously, we wish we came out on top, but I think you're seeing the growth. You're seeing the energy around these two teams. You're seeing the energy around women's basketball and the league, so it's great.
Kind of came from a similar thing, but just to win 4 straight and kind of lose by 1 in that fashion. How do you think you and the team have handled it in the 48 hours since?
Yeah, I mean, we came in, we watched film today, we got on the court, we got at it, worked on some stuff defensively, and started prepping for a little bit of Seattle, what we have to do, because obviously they have scorers at every position. And so, I mean, we have to turn the page. This league, your games come around very quickly, and so we're just ready for what's next.
As you get this practice time that feels like it's been limited through the beginning, how are you kind of seeing the growth in just even the way you practice?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting better, and the intensity's high. I think that's important. You never want to lose that intensity, because every time you step on the court, the intensity's high. There's just so much at stake each and every game, and so we just want to be ready for it.
You have a 3-day gap starting today because of Commissioner's Cup. What did you focus on today at practice? What did you kind of want to hammer through with the team right now?
Yeah, defense. Just we played about 85% of defense today. Just have to get better. We have to keep getting better. A lot of our on the pass movement, like we're not getting there quick enough, which is putting us in a bad position on our closeout. So just defense.
Last time you focused on that in practice, you talked about your shell. Was it similar today, getting back to basics? What has evolved about your defensive practice this season?
Yeah, today it ended up with the shell, but it was more about moving on the pass. So we started the whole defensive shell drill with, for 14 seconds, they had to move on the pass, wherever it went, get to those spots that we need them in.
We've heard a lot about communication. In what ways can that improve?
Yeah, always. You can't communicate enough. Sometimes when things get tight, that's when we kind of stop talking, and that's when you have to talk the most. So just in those moments, we've got to do a lot more communicating on the defensive end.
One of the things a star player, when they go to a new team like Caitlin has, is finding that delicate balance from taking over versus making the right basketball play or finding the teammates. How, if at all, have you worked with her on trying to navigate that here in the early part of the season?
Yeah, I think sometimes she's being a little too unselfish at times. I think she had 13 assists the other night against Chicago. I mean, she is going, if you're open, she's going to hit you. I think she turns down some shots. I'd like her to take some shots that when she comes off, she knows she has the green light.
Is there like a magic number that you'd like to get up, whatever it is? 15 shots, 20 shots?
No, I think that's really hard because I think she draws so much attention.
Yeah.
And then she sees her teammates wide open at times. Like, she's going to make that pass. So that's just really hard to do when she's drawing so much attention.
To kind of go off that, have you had that conversation in the 48 hours since Sunday with Caitlin just about really taking one shot on the defense, maybe being a little bit more unselfish and have that talk?
No, I was really just worried about defense in these last 48 hours after watching the game. So that's what we focused on today.
Temi obviously came back to practice. She said it's been seamless for today at least. Just what has it been like integrating her back?
Gosh, yeah. I mean, she's just a fire. Like, she's just a spark on both ends. She's gonna, she keeps playing throughout the possession. She always finds a way to get her hands on the ball. She's just moving. She's a great screener for us. She's quick in her rolls, which opens up a lot of space for people. She just brings a different dynamic, which is good for us to have her back.
When she was out these past couple weeks, how did she just help off the court with that communication? She mentioned that as well.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great veteran. She's been playing this game a long time. She had great experience in Minnesota, with Sylvia Fowles and Simone Augustus and Maya Moore, all those guys. So now, she's bringing what she learned from those guys to us, which is what we really need to.
Caitlin won her second straight Honda Award last night. Did you say anything to her this morning about winning the award?
I did not. I need to. I really do. I meant to text her yesterday. We had a group chat going, so she got the congratulations in the group chat. But just great for her. I mean, that's a great honor.
What is the challenge like reintegrating, Temi, like finding a role? She went from starter, and I'm guessing she'll be on some kind of minutes restriction coming back whenever that is.
Yeah, we're, just kind of how she feels. We're going to play her how it goes. It's just going to give us another option in the post, which is great for us. Sorry, y'all.
I guess it's a little out of the blue. Is there an update on the rehab of Damaris Dantas? What's the need still?
Still working on that. I'll talk with Todd more, but we're getting to that time, so we'll be able to come with something soon.
Maybe we have one more.
Yeah, just when it comes to you've had 4 starters in double figures kind of consistently these past 4 or 5 games. Just what do you see Christy Wallace's role as in the starting lineup? Yeah,
Christy always draws that best opposing team's offensive player. I mean, she's got her work cut out for her. I thought she did a really good job on Marina Mabry the other day. I think she had 9 points at half. I mean, she's getting some open looks just because of what I talked about the attention that Caitlin draws and that Kelsey draws and AB draws, So, I mean, she's going to be ready. She's a fighter. She's always working. She's a dog. I love that in her.